Hello there, my name is Valerie White-Williams and I'm a voice teacher and a vocal coach for Vocal Splendor Studios. Today I'm doing another reaction video and this time I'm reacting to a new band that's been highly recommended, the Wagaki band, Homura. I think that's the song, and before I get into it, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell so you get notified of all of my reactions. All right, let's have a listen. Stop right there. Whew, this is a lot. I've had this saved for a long time, and I think I have another song from them as well. But it's very interesting because it's, metal and fusion change in so many different ways. And it seems like there's a bit of this fusion. Obviously, they're going to play traditional instruments. It looks like, okay, this guy right here is playing more of a traditional drums versus the drum set with the other guy. And I've always seen too, with a lot of these Japanese bands, I think I've reacted to a couple others, and they do a lot of solo shredding together, like duets, which I have never really heard an American band use that, because it's usually the one soloist that's doing the guitar solos. But I see this a lot where they're like not even dueling guitars, but they're harmonizing with each other. So let's keep going. guess there's 2 songs. It's a double concert or double 2 songs for the price of 1. So yeah, that instrument, I have no idea what it is. It's definitely kind of a Japanese instrument, but it's amazing how it fits in with all of this guitar work. Let's keep going. Voice has got a really kind of over the mid-so sound, which is like a lot of fullness, but I didn't know what to expect with this band because I know they mix traditional instruments, but there's a lot of traditional instruments. Not that I'm an expert in Japan music at all. I'm not, but interesting. Let's keep going. I know I always feel a little insecure with music, and that's not in my wheelhouse. I'm Western trained. Stop for a minute. Yeah, so first I thought she was more of a mezzo, but she got some of this kind of that high bend, kind of that high belt. Interesting. There's a lot going on. I wish I could see it in the bigger screen, but you know, there's just a big band. I don't know how many people are in this. So that was really interesting. And I have to be honest with you guys, I always get insecure when I listen to music that is not what I've trained in, because I have no idea about all those instruments, although I do appreciate how they fuse it together. It's what we call fusion. And I love to hear those traditional instruments, even though I don't know them or know their names, but how they combine it. That was a huge band. Two drummers, a Western style drummer with the cymbals and the drum set. And then it looked like it was more of a traditional drums. And then we had that instrument that was white, had this white body. Obviously looked really interesting. It was played by the other female. And then the singer comes out, with her fan and her traditional dress. And then I think it was the bass player, when the guitarist was wearing one of those masks. So that's another thing I've seen with this other band. Can't remember their names, but it seems like there's a lot of kind of traditional instruments and maybe some folklore that comes in, some of the characters that they are showing. Again, everybody was really different, like the drummer who played the traditional, the drummer who played the Western style, he looked like a classic rocker from the 80s, bare chested, blonde hair, doing all the traditional drums. And then we had the other guy right next to them. So 2 drummers, that is a lot. And again, some of these instruments, like I think there was someone who was playing something with mallets on the side, some other stringed instruments that were flat, the person playing a flute or some kind of flute instrument. Very, very interesting, but it all combined really well. And the other thing I noticed is when I listen to a lot of these Japanese bands, even though they're like metal, they're doing a lot of fusion, they're very melodic. There's a lot of melodies to their solos. They might have 2 guitarists soloing at the same time, listening to each other, maybe even playing in harmony. It's really interesting. It's just not a bunch of noise. I know that's what I used to think metal was. I'm sorry. I've recovered that idea, because I can see how metal and fusion has been kind of gone around the world, and people find their own way with it, because that's music. That's what we're here to do, is to grow and to change and put things together. And again, the singer, the main singer who came out with the fan and everything, first I thought she was a real mellow voice, but she got up pretty high, had some nice belts. Now, I do not understand if it was a traditional melody that they have put into the song, or it's a traditional style. I don't have enough knowledge to make that decision or to actually assess it, but the band was really tight, and there's just a lot going on the stage. Unfortunately, I don't know, it might have been on my end that my internet might have not been as clear, or this might have been an older video that wasn't as clear, so I couldn't see a lot. It was quite dark on the stage. There wasn't a whole light on them, but that was maybe the mood they were in, and a lot of them were wearing the dark clothes. But it was just fascinating to see the production value. And I'm sure they have a lot of great sound techs, because with all those, instruments that are wired in, like the basses and the guitars, a lot of these other instruments are mostly acoustic. They were acoustic instruments. And so they really need to be mic'd up quite a lot to project with this whole thing, the flute, all these other instruments. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to mic things out, especially in big halls. So those sound engineers, they really, they're part of the band. You have to have someone who really knows what they're doing, especially in a band like that, to make everybody come out and have that balanced sound. It's not easy, because before the sound enhancement happened, people had to just be in a big hall, and you had to do the best you could. But it was only like in the 20th century, early 20th century, where mics and sound enhancement began. So now we can do those things, because normally it would not work. And yeah, I always feel insecure when I'm listening to music that is not in my wheelhouse. I feel similarly when I listen to the Coke Studio productions, because they also bring in traditional instruments and combine them with Western modern instruments. And it's really fascinating. I wish I knew more, but that's why I'm listening. So thank you for going along with this journey with me. And if you like the Wagaki Band, I think I said that right, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell. And I'd love to hear other suggestions and what other songs I should listen to with them. I know this was a little bit older, 2015. It sounds like a long time ago. To be honest, it wasn't, but it feels like it because so much has been changing since 2022. I know it's been a crazy year, right? But at least we have music. We have music. So also I want to let you know of my 2 free passion projects. The first one is called YouTube Success Strategies, and that's where I'm coaching people on how to be successful on YouTube, because it's not only about making videos. There's a lot of other things you have to do on the back end to help your channel grow. And the other group is called Creative Soul Alignment, and that's for people that are interested in spirituality and creativity. Because here's the deal. We are all creative and we are all spiritual. You may not know it, but you are. All right, take care and I'll see you next time. Bye.